So Scott, firstly, looking back, firstly on last Saturday, what do you get from such a crazy game and such a disappointing defeat?
It's just a game that obviously moves on. Obviously we didn't take any points from it, so we didn't get anything from that point of view. But listen, games come thick and fast. We had another game Tuesday, we've got another game Saturday, we've got another game Tuesday. So I think the worst thing you can do, especially at this level with the amount of games, is dwell on a defeat. Obviously it was a cruel one, with it being in the last minute in stoppage time. But yeah, you can't dwell on it. The games come thick and fast, and ultimately you've just got to move on quickly. Yeah,
it's a fine line, isn't it? Because you've got to learn lessons, but you want to make sure that you are positive and looking ahead.
Yeah, spot on. Exactly that. You just said it yourself. You can't dwell on it and sort of lull over it too much. You've got to try and learn from it, of course, and then move on quickly. Because, like I said, this games come so thick and fast. Fine margins, spot on. If that lad's shot if Jochel saves or goes over the bar, you're saying it's not the worst point where they are in the league, but obviously we didn't get a point and we move on.
One positive to come out of it was Cole Stockton again, wasn't it, with 2 more goals and an unbelievable goal. What did you make of that second?
Out of this world, wasn't it, really? Unbelievable. Even to take the shot on a goal from where he was on the pitch is, I think it just shows how confident he is at the minute, and how well he's done for us so far this season. It's been amazing. Obviously he's scoring goals, he's playing really well, not just his goals but his whole game, how he brings people into play, his hold up play. He'd be a nightmare to play against for the centre back, and no, I'm really delighted. I've known Cole since I was about 12 years of age, even younger, when he was at Tranmere, and it's great to see what he's doing now on the pitch, and really making a name for himself across the country. So yeah, I'm delighted for him.
So you always knew he had League One in him, because he said that himself the other week. He's confident he can do it at this level.
Yes, well, since I signed late, and since I came, obviously he scored 2 at Ipswich, and yeah, he doesn't look out of place one bit in this league. He's really obviously taken to it well. The confidence he would have got from probably going to the biggest club in the league, or one of the 2 or 3 biggest clubs in the league on the opening day, and scoring 2, has probably gave him the confidence, the world of good, and he hasn't looked back, and long may that continue for us, because goals are the biggest thing in football, and if we've got a striker who's as hot as he is and scoring goals as regular as he is, then that'll be great for the team.
I was going to mention that. How important is it for someone like you, knowing that up front there's someone like Cole who's on a bit of a run?
It's huge. It's everything. I feel sometimes, especially at this level, you're only as good as your strikers sometimes, and like I say, when you've got someone as confident as Cole is at the moment, then it gives the team a great belief. I've played in teams where you don't have that goal scorer or that focal point, and it can be a struggle. You lack the whole team. It runs throughout the whole team, where you're lacking confidence going into games, thinking if you're going to score, where's the goal going to come from. So when you've got a target man, a focal point like Cole, and playing as well he is, and in the form he is, it's great.
What about Saturday coming up then? Doncaster really struggling, 1 point so far. On paper, a game you should win, but that can be dangerous, can't it?
Absolutely, never that easy, especially in this league. The gaps between the top, the level of quality in the players between the top and the bottom is very, very thin. Games are fine margins, like we just said. So yeah, listen, they'll be disappointed, they'll be hurt, they'll be wounded from the start that they've had. But we've got to go there and take the positives, learn from the lessons of the past 2 games this week, and go there and put on a good performance, make sure we take care of that. That's all we can control, and hopefully then the result will take care of itself.
What about yourself? How are you settling in there?
Yeah, settling in well. Obviously, I was having to play catch up with signing late and not having a full pre-season like the rest of the squad. But it's a really good bunch of lads. The coaching staff have been really good as well. The manager, this number 2, Dermot, John, everyone's been really good with me. Like I say, obviously I was having to play catch up, especially early on, in terms of fitness and sharpness. But day by day, week by week, the game in the week will help me get closer to me, maximum fitness levels, and yeah, I'm enjoying it.
And with someone like yourself, is it important to use your experience to have that perspective to say, yeah, a couple of dodgy results, but that happens, things will turn around?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is 1 week in the middle of September. Come April, you couldn't even probably remember this. So exactly that. Being promoted, being relegated, being in bank average mid-table teams and seasons. So Exactly, yeah, you've got to just put a perspective on things. Yeah, you know, last week was incredibly disappointing, but you've just got to put it to bed as quickly as possible because it's such a roller coaster all through the season. There'll be games where you play really well and you don't win. There'll be games where you don't play well and you win. You know, sometimes it's just never that simple. The fine margins and are so cruel sometimes.